Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Leilani and today's video is going to be an anti-haul. Yay! Pretty much I like to do anti-hauls. I like to watch anti-hauls just so that I am convinced to not spend money, because usually when you're on YouTube and you're watching beauty channels and everything like that, they are convincing you to spend money. Well, I thought an anti-haul was a great way for me to really think about what I don't want to purchase, and for you to think about things that you maybe shouldn't purchase so that we all save money. So yeah, that is what this video is going to be. But before I do get into it, please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below what you think of the products that I talked about. Will you be purchasing? Will you not be purchasing? Why not? And please do go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post every single Tuesday and every single Friday. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the video. So I'm just gonna go ahead and refer to Trendmood, and yeah, I'm just gonna go through Trendmood and talk about products that I will not be purchasing. So first off, the first product or products that I will not be purchasing are the Morphe Jeffree Star collection. I don't support Jeffree Star, and I don't think anyone really should, to be honest. I think he should have been canceled a very long time ago. But to each their own. I personally will never ever purchase anything from Jeffree Star or any collaboration or anything like that. This next palette is from Viseart, or yeah, I think it's called Viseart. I've actually wanted to try some of their palettes because I think that their palettes are pretty from what I've seen. However, this Neutrals Matte Milu, I need to go to college, I need to go to school. They have this palette where it's all just like neutrals, and then they have like a pop of pink and a pop of blue. How freaking annoying that every palette literally has a pop of blue or a pop of pink or a pop of purple or something. I will not be purchasing this one because it looks very plain. These shades look very plain. If it had some at least nice shimmers, I would maybe consider it. Actually, I would never consider it, but these shades are just extremely plain and extremely matte, and just like, why would I purchase this when I have a bunch of palettes with these exact shades in it? Like, what makes this any different? I guess they would say the formula, but the formula can't be that good. Like, it can't be that good to where I'm like, ooh, let me buy these really plain eyeshadows. It's a no for me. So next is the KKW like mattes collection. It's supposed to be like this 90s inspired mattes, you know, whole collection thing. It has two palettes in it, like a warm brown and then like a smoky. First of all, some of the smoky shades and some of the brown shades literally are like dupes for each other. So that's number one. Number two, I would never in my life purchase these palettes for that price. For like, it's just, what? It's all mattes. They're all extremely plain colors. They're not even like, oh, these are just, no, like grays and browns. Like, why would you buy that? Why would you buy that? And it's crazy because the looks that she like has in the promo shots are beautiful, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait, no, like they're extremely plain. I just can't see myself ever purchasing these ever in my life. Like, ever. It's so plain. It's ridiculously plain. So the next product in just collection is the Gingerbread extra spicy palette from Too Faced. Why is Too Faced so obsessed with this gingerbread thing? Like, I don't get it, because I've seen so many people talk about how this is so boring. I've seen so many people talk about they don't want this, like come up with something else. And then they keep giving everyone the same exact thing. You keep giving people what they don't want. I don't understand the marketing, and like maybe they thought of this idea way before and they kind of made the products already, because I know that it's like it takes a year or maybe, but I don't see how this took a year because they just took another concept that they already had. But maybe they already had this concept, they already had these products, and they were like, you know what, we're just gonna put it out anyways, even though people have expressed kind of resentment for this, you know, this whole idea, this whole, you know, gingerbread thing. I just don't understand why they can't branch out and do something different. They're a makeup brand. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. That's called insanity, babe. Like, that's what it's called. People aren't taking well to the gingerbread thing, so I would say to scrap it. I would say to scrap the peach stuff, scrap the gingerbread stuff, and come up with something else. I don't know. To me, the whole food theme is so played out. I've seen so many brands do the food theme. They just maybe need to come out with just better themes, better products, just more innovative things. Honestly, I don't even think that they really need a really big theme per se, like a really gimmicky theme. I would just say to just come out with products that really inspire people, because you know, there are so many products that don't have themes. Like Anastasia comes out with palettes that aren't necessarily super themed necessarily, you know, they're not like a peach theme or whatever theme, but they're really good, solid products, and that's why everyone wants to buy them. That's why Anastasia does so well. So with Too Faced, to me, it's like their makeup is like big little kid. You know what I'm saying? Like they have like this really little kid type vibe. So they're doing stuff like gingerbread, they're doing stuff like peach. Just scrap it and come up with something a little more adult, a little more mature. Not as mature as they usually go. You know, they're very provocative and everything like that, and I wouldn't even say that they have to do that. Just something that says that they take makeup seriously, because stuff like gingerbread More Spicy, where all they put is a blue shade in there, that's just you. It's like you're saying you think that your consumers are idiots. Like we won't see that. Next, the Fenty Beauty new brow pencils. I would totally be into buying it. First of all, I like the brush thing. I think that's a cool spin. I like how they reinvented the spoolie. However, for the price, I'm not sure how much these cost, but I know they're expensive. I'm just gonna stick to ColourPop and things like that. Like, I don't feel the need. There are certain products that I'll never like overpay for. Maybe the only brow product that I can really see myself like buying that's more high-end is like the Anastasia pomade, but other than that, I can't really see myself buying a pencil for like a higher price than like $5, because you run out of pencils very, very quickly and very easily. At least I do. And so I can't see myself using this, falling in love with it, and then wanting to really repurchase it, and not wanting to, you know, spend all that money repurchasing it over and over again. So this is gonna be a pass for me. Next, these Smashbox palettes that they're coming out with, they have like a more warm, I guess, like earthy tones, and then more like they have like some blues in this other palette. It's just two palettes. One's like earthy, one's more like watery. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not interested. First of all, these palettes look very plain to me. I have all of these shades 100 times over. And again, I really don't like when brands just throw in like a really bright or like a green or a blue or a purple or a pink. They just throw it into a neutral palette. My thing is that you just make a better color story, because you can't just keep giving us the same browns and then expecting everyone to just buy the same browns. Oh, but there's a pink in there. Like, what can you really do with that? I mean, try playing with a palette where you have really almost all neutrals and then like a blue. Like, what are you really gonna do with that blue? I can't see myself purchasing something where they just throw in a blue or they just throw in a pink or something. I like really interesting color stories. It doesn't even necessarily have to be full rainbow. It just has to be interesting. And these color stories are not interesting to me. The palettes themselves are very small. Not many shades in them. They might be nice for people who are maybe going to work and they want to just put this in their bag. However, I'm not that person, so I would like to have, you know, an interesting color story. And just in general, I don't like when higher end brands do stuff like this, because it just shows it's uninspired. I think that this is very uninspired. You know, it's supposed to be like desert or something, and I just don't see myself purchasing this when I have a Makeup Revolution or 2 Makeup Revolution palettes or so, or whatever, or I have other palettes that are way cheaper that have these same shades in them and that can serve the same purpose. I don't see why I would need to buy this one. And for me, I think the thing with higher end brands is that a lot of these higher end brands like Smashbox, like just higher end brands that people don't necessarily talk about as much, it's like they're not, you know, setting themselves apart. They're not, you know, showing why they're a high-end brand. And they seem like they're just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks. And it's not even stuff that's like innovative or stuff that, you know, maybe at least it's creative but not necessarily, you know, super good. I would respect things that are super innovative and creative more than I would just respect something that's playing it safe, and I feel like they're playing it safe with this. Next, the Urban Decay Honey Naked Palette, Naked Honey Palette, whatever it's called. It's trash. I don't know what else to say. This palette is so freaking plain. Okay, there are so many things wrong with it. First of all, you call it honey, there's no yellow. That's just, I don't know what they were thinking there. It's not even really golden. I don't get that. 2, the shades themselves are extremely washed out. When you think of honey, you think of like warm, golden, you think of like very vibrant shades. These are not vibrant at all. Like if you're going to make a honey palette, and you're not gonna include any yellows, at least make it vibrant. They did not make this vibrant whatsoever. This palette is extremely uninspired. And it's so like, to me, it's such an insult to our intelligence for them to put honey on the palette and to make it seem like this is honey. Like this ain't honey. Like what is that? You think that we're dumb? You think that we're idiots? I think these brands think that we're idiots. Like that they think that we're Boo Boo the Fool. Really? Because who's gonna look at this and say, yes, that is honey. That's like, come on. This is so freaking plain. Who's gonna buy this? Why are they putting this out? I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. They came up with a cherry, which the cherry was cute, but to me, it's like you keep coming out with the same stuff. I don't get why Urban Decay can't just come out with something other than a naked palette. I don't get that. I don't get why Too Faced can't come out with something other than gingerbread or peach or whatever. I don't understand why Urban Decay can't come out with anything other than a naked palette. And then to even further insult people's intelligence, all they did was like for their, you know, honey collection, all they did was take products that they already had that do well, and then they just like they just put them in yellow packaging and said, this is honey. Like honey, because it's yellow. Really, who wants this? Who wants this? Honestly, for Urban Decay's sake, I hope this flops. Not because I want Urban Decay to flop, but because I want them to understand they need to start going in a different direction and save their brand. Urban Decay, every single time they come out with something, it's gotten worse for them. People have become less excited about what they're going to come out the next time. I've seen so many people talk about how Urban Decay's fell off and Urban Decay this and that, and they're just proving it further with this launch. It's just a dumb launch to me, and I really hope that they get it together. Their creative team just needs to get it together. And Urban Decay and Too Faced in particular, they've really just, they haven't been super inspired to me. And Tarte. Urban Decay, Too Faced, and Tarte just have not come out with anything that I'm excited about. I mean, I'm more excited about Morphe stuff than I am about their stuff, and that says a lot. I'm more excited about like Makeup Revolution stuff, you know what I'm saying? So this whole honey thing needs to just be thrown out the window. This whole naked thing needs to just be thrown out the window. It needs to be done, and it just needs to be done. Okay, so the next thing that I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the whole collection because I am interested in the blushes that come in this collection, but the palette itself I'm not going to get, and it is the Colored Rain collection with stars, with Power from the network Stars. I, first of all, really would like to start supporting Colored Rain. I just found out that they're Black owned and I would love to support them. And I would suggest that if you don't have a purples and reds palette, I would suggest to get this palette because it looks beautiful. However, and I hate to say this, but I have a lot of these shades in the Jaclyn Hill Bling Boss palette that I have. So with that being said, and I have a lot of pinks and purples and reds and you know, all of that. I love, those are my shades. I love those types of shades. I love purples and everything. So I already basically have this palette, and I was really debating on getting it simply because I just wanted to start supporting Coloured Raine. I really actually wanted to get this palette for a little bit. I was really debating on it, but I think that if I'm going to get a purples and pinks palette from Coloured Raine, I would get the Queen of Hearts palette. Smoky Glow talks about it a lot, about how much she loves it. And so this palette, I would much rather just get the Queen of Hearts palette. It's a very beautiful palette, though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna like diss it or anything. However, these blushes are very, very interesting. The blushes with the highlights are very interesting. So I might consider picking those up. But as far as the palette, it's just, no, I'm gonna have to pass on it. Here we go again with Too Faced. So Too Faced is coming out with this like watermelon situation palette thing. I think they have like highlighters and then like whatever. If you're gonna come out with a watermelon palette, can it be kind of green? Can it have one green in it? No green? Really? Come on, it's a watermelon palette. Too Faced is so gimmicky. Too Faced is one of the most gimmicky makeup companies I've ever seen in my life. Like, they have, all of their products are a gimmick. None of their products are just straight up, this is good makeup. None of them. It's all a gimmick. I personally hate that because it's just like, are you really concerned about making good makeup? Because even when they do, okay, you do the gimmick, you do the watermelon, whatever, but they're not even like concerned about making it super watermelon-y. They didn't even give us a green. There's no green in the palette, no green, and it's a watermelon palette. Come on. It's a no. It's a fat no. Next, Kat Von D is coming out with this new foundation, I think, True Portrait, something like that. I'm not gonna buy this. And the thing is, I don't support Kat Von D, not because of the whole vaccination thing. If you don't want to vaccinate your kids, I mean, I know that people are saying that like it affects other people, but I personally am not gonna, I wouldn't cancel her necessarily for that. But there's a few reasons why I don't like Kat Von D. One, a lot of her makeup, just the line in general, is very like religious, and I don't like that because like I think that it's very disrespectful to religion to just have like Satan's sinners and just all of I don't like that. That's just not my steez. I don't know. If I feel like there's demons in the makeup, I'm not interested. Two, she's literally married to a Satanist. No. I love Jesus. Her being married to a Satanist, it just makes me look at her like, oh, you're a Satanist too. If you're married to a person who's like that, then you must not be any better. That's just how I personally feel. I'm not gonna separate the two. So yeah, that's another reason why not to buy from her. And also her Satanist husband, who obviously has no morals, is racist. So, and she dates racist, like she always dates racist and people who have like anti-Semitic views and things like that. Why you're obviously racist and anti-Semitic as well. So no, I'm not gonna buy from you ever in life, ever. Kat Von D is horrible. I'm sorry. I'm never buying anything from her. Okay, next we have this Sleeping Beauty palette, and I think this is from Besame Cosmetics. I've never really heard of them or seen anything from them. This palette looks beautiful. This whole collection looks really beautiful. However, the palette itself is very washed out to me. It is not super vibrant, and I love vibrant palettes. I love vibrance. That's just the type of person I am. So this does not, it just screams, it looks like, it looks like the colors in the movie, in the Sleeping Beauty movie, like in the old Sleeping Beauty movie. It looks like those shades, like washed out, you know, not super vibrant. That's what it looks like. The only one that looks vibrant is that really really light blue in like the middle of the palette. That looks vibrant, but the rest of it, I just don't see myself making a really nice palette. I mean, not nice palette, nice look with this. I just know for a fact it's gonna look really ashy on me, and I have no interest in picking it up. And just from looking at it, it looks like it's going to be really chalky. I don't like chalky shadows. I like, you know, I don't think anyone likes chalky shadows. I like more buttery shadows. These don't look buttery at all. I mean, they could be, definitely. You can't necessarily like find out unless you swatch it, but it's just not for me. And lastly, Jouer is coming out with a new palette. This palette, first of all, the packaging itself is absolutely beautiful. The butterfly packaging is stunning. However, the inside of it it's cute. It's cute, I guess. That gold is really pretty. A lot of the times when I see brands like Jouer, brands like, what's another brand like that? Charlotte Tilbury. They have beautiful, beautiful packaging, right? So you're like, ooh, yes. And then you look inside and you're like, ooh, no. You know, it's so uninspired. I've seen a lot of stuff come out from Charlotte Tilbury where I'm like, oh, that packaging is just so beautiful. Even MAC is getting there. MAC is getting to the spot where like their packaging is just magnificent. The inside of it is plain boring, redone. It's just done over and over and over again. This is no exception. I mean, it just looks like something that my mom would purchase and that she would use, and it's just not, you know, just maybe put a purple in the crease or something, or just put it like, no, I'm sorry. For me personally, it's a no. It's beautiful packaging that you could just slip into your purse. That's totally great, but this is just mad uninspired to me. Like mad uninspired. Like anyone could just create, like anyone could think of, how can we make people buy this? I think the hardest thing about makeup is the makeup itself. The packaging, anyone could create beautiful packaging. But as far as creating really good makeup that's innovative and never been done before, or just, you know, really good, solid makeup, that is harder to do. And that's why a lot of brands decide not to do it, and they just decide to focus on packaging or gimmicks or anything like that. And I feel like this is no exception to that. The last palette, I think, or like one of the last palettes that they came out with, where they had like, you know, nice, you know, green and blue, I think, I was looking at and I was like, that's even very plain to me. It's just, oh, we're just gonna pop a green and a blue in there and just call it a day, and we're just gonna sell you that. I feel like these brands are not, I guess, marketed towards me anyways. They're not marketed towards people who are very into makeup, who love vibrant palettes, who love pigmentation. It's not really for us. This is more for people who buy their makeup in Nordstrom, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily for me, so I guess that's why I'm just not interested. But it's like, you could do a little bit better than this as far as like the shades in there. Like you could do a little bit better. Come on. You could be a little more inspired, please. A little bit more. Just do something different. Do something better. Anyways, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, and if you know, didn't find it super negative, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And go ahead and comment down below what you think of my thoughts on all of these makeup products. You know, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Why not? Anything like that. Go ahead and comment that down below. And please do subscribe to my channel. I post every single Tuesday and every single Friday. And yeah, thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!